Hello, first graders. Welcome back to Reading and Writing for today. Today you are on day 23 of Module 2, and you're going to be working with myself, Mrs. Smith, and Mrs. Spears today as you work on adding an illustration to your focusing task question or your informative paragraph that you wrote yesterday. Yesterday, you wrote an informative paragraph about how two different animals use the same feature or body part differently. And so today, you're going to work on adding an illustration to that writing. Some of you might have already started on that illustration when you did your writing, and some of you may have not. That is okay. Today, your goal is, how do I use an illustration in my description to clarify ideas? Mrs. Spears is going to talk more about that goal in the video, but you might have heard some words that you do not know in that goal. So I just wanted to explain that goal to you. When you use an illustration, we know that that means something that you have drawn to go along with your writing. And your description that she's going to talk about, a description just means writing. So how do you use your illustration with your writing to clarify ideas? That just means to help your reader understand more clearly. And so we're going to discover today how using an illustration with really good details along with your writing can help your reader understand what you're trying to teach them. And so today you're going to work with Miss Spears to add some more detail to your illustrations so that you can teach your writer or your readers better. So pay close attention to this video. You're going to need some different things, and she's going to start with your materials. So for your illustration, please try to use a blank piece of paper. It might be the back of a paper that you have at home. It could be a journal paper that you have, but please try to make sure it is blank. Also, Mrs. Spears in the video is only going to draw one animal. Now, you know that your writing, you wrote about two animals. So the best way to help your reader understand your writing is to draw two animals today that goes along with your writing from yesterday. All right, you're ready to listen. I can tell. Be listening to Mrs. Spears, and then when you're done, you're going to insert an image of your illustration on the next slide.
For this lesson, you will need your copy of What Do You Do with a Tale Like This, if you have one. You'll need your Wit and Wisdom Insync journal and a pencil. We'll also be working on our focusing question task for illustrations. So if you have your drawings ready, you can get that also. If you haven't started your drawing yet, that's okay too. Pause the video now if you need to gather your materials. In previous work, you started working on your fourth focusing question task, and today you'll work on your illustrations. And to get you ready to do that, I want you to think about this question. How do I use an illustration in my description to clarify ideas? I'm going to repeat it again. How do I use an illustration in my description to clarify ideas? And I want to remind you that illustrations are often pictures or drawings. And when you clarify ideas, that means you are making your ideas more clear or easier to understand. So today you're going to work on the illustrations for your focusing question task 4. I want you to take a look at the images on your screen and now whisper the name of these animals. Did you whisper the name fish? Because yes, they are fish. But I want you to look closely at these two drawings. What's different about these two drawings? Share with your learning partner. I wonder, did you notice that one drawing has more details than the other? Look at the drawing on the right. I can see more details such as the fish's mouth, scales, and fins. Now I want you to think, why is using details important? Why is using details important? Share with your learning partner. I really wish I could have heard what you shared. I wonder, did you talk about how the details give you more information about the fish and how you can learn more about the fish on the right from the added details? It may also be easier for a person looking at this drawing to tell what type of fish it is. So I want you to remember, when you add a detailed drawing to go with your focusing question task, the illustration can help to clarify or make what you have written easier to understand. Next, I'm going to practice adding more details to my drawing using an illustration from the book. Take a look at my illustration. I decided to draw an alligator. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the details that the illustrator added to see what details I can add to my drawing. So I see on page 6 that the illustrator added teeth to their alligator. So I'm going to add teeth to my alligator. I also noticed that the illustrator added spikes to their alligator, so I'm going to do the same thing to mine. All right, I want you to remember this. Adding details to your illustrations will make them more interesting to a reader, and more detailed drawings will also teach your readers more. It's your turn now. You are going to add details to your focusing question task drawings. If you have your drawings, get them out now. And if you have a copy of the text, you can get that as well. If you don't have a copy of the text, that's okay. I'll show you a few illustrations from the text next. Here are pages 5 and 6. If you don't have a copy of the text, you can use these images to practice adding more details to an animal drawing. Part of focusing question task 4 is adding a detailed illustration of the animals that you wrote about in your paragraph. If you've already started your animal drawings, you can add more details now. But if you haven't started, be sure to add details as you draw. Are you ready? You're going to pause the video and add more details to your focusing question task 4 animal drawings. All right, awesome first graders. Nice job adding more details to your focusing question task illustrations. Next time, we'll think about all we've learned from reading. What do you do with a tale like this? Until then, be kind and do something great because you are capable of greatness.